Okay, we're going to call the July 5th, 12:05 commission meeting to order. Roll call, please, Jeff.
Bob Houston.
Present.
Monty Kisner.
Present.
Ryan Johnson.
Present.
Any motion to accept the agenda as presented?
Second.
So there will be a change in this agenda. We're going to strike Resolution 2553, approving an agreement with Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services. 2353, thank you, Monty. We're going to strike that out of there. We're not going to be voting on that. So the other change to the agenda is application number 3051 should have been just for the BZA meeting. That will be removed also. Do I have a, let's see, had made a motion on the changes. I need a first or a second, I guess.
You need a so moved.
So moved. Okay.
Second.
All right, all in favor of the changes? 3 votes for, 0 against. The one comment on that, I will say on the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services, thank you for showing up, so we can hear your concern on this. As always, anytime you want to contact any of the commissioners, you can call us, stop by, email us. I got received a lot of emails. I tried to respond to all of them, but if you have any concerns, then let us know. Sarah's going to check if they can remove that wording. My guess is they cannot. We don't know if this will come up before the commission again or not, but we'll let you know if it does.
Okay.
So thank you all very much for showing up. Okay, resolution number 2357, approving the purchase of a wheeled excavator from Murphy Tractor and Equipment Company. I need a motion.
So moved. Second.
Kelly?
No comments, thank you. We just need to get it replaced.
Okay, and this is state bid.
This is on the state year
Cheapest
budget.
we can buy.
Cheapest we can buy, and we're gonna pay for it out of this year's budget, so there's no fees on it.
Think we haven't decided on the trade-in, or we're gonna purple wave the deal?
Oh, we would like to keep it as a backup
Oh, okay.
for,
Yeah.
and then,
Probably
but
good
we're not
plans.
gonna trade.
Okay.
Any other questions? All in favor of resolution number 2357? 3 votes for.
Bob, before you go on, you forgot to do the approval of the minutes. You did the accept
Okay.
of the agenda as presented, but not the approval.
Thanks, Jeff.
Uh-huh.
That one we did the 3-0, so we'll go back to approving the minutes from June 28, 2023. I need a motion.
So moved.
All in favor? 3 votes for, 0 against. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Resolution number 2358, accepting the bid for salt and sand from Central Salt LLC. I need a motion.
So moved. Second.
Kelly?
It did go up 95 cents a ton this year, but we're very blessed. We haven't had any cost increases for the past 3 years now, so very fortunate on that.
And the salt barn's pretty full. I
It's
think,
pretty
still.
full. We only used 100 out of it, so we don't even have any need for refill. So.
Yeah.
That don't happen very often.
Thank you, Kelly. All in favor of resolution 2358? 3 votes for, 0 against, resolution passes. Ordinance number 2304, an ordinance amending the county code chapter 700, article 1 related to wastewater treatment system. I need a motion.
So moved.
Valerie?
This was kind of a work in progress. Our ordinance hadn't been updated for quite a few years. This is to get rid of some things that didn't really apply to Cass County, get it more in line with some of the things that we've been seeing over the past few years, and get it black and white writing so that people are able to do those without, let's say for instance, they went for a bathroom in their accessory building. This will allow them to do it without an independent system for that unit for it just to be used occasionally. It allows them to, even maybe if they gotta go uphill, put just a pump tank in to get it into their main system.
Okay.
So just things like that, get it cleaned up a little bit, and just more in line with today's technologies.
Make it easier for our people getting permits too.
Yeah.
Any questions, gentlemen? All in favor of the ordinance change 23-04? 3 votes for, 0 against, ordinance passed. Application number 3049, a subdivision final plat and rezoning of parent tract of 203 plus or minus acre parcel with agricultural zoning designation to be divided into 50 tracts consisting of 3 to 5 acres in size, all to obtain R2 two-family residential district zoning designation. This application for an action has been submitted by Matt. Okay. On behalf of Bella Terra Development LLC, who are requesting the zoning actions described above, located on the tract of land being part of the east half of the northeast and southeast quarter section of section 25, township 46, range 32, Cass County, Missouri, generally located on the south side of West Hewlock Hill, 1/2 mile west of South Parrot Farm Road, Pleasant Hill, Missouri. I need a motion.
So moved. Second.
Mallory? Or do you want? Matt?
All right, I'll do
Okay.
it. Matt Slish Engineering Solutions, 50 Southeast 30th Street, Lee Summit, Missouri. Troy Bell is with me this evening, or today, I guess. So this was before you guys, a couple months back, where we rezoned it from an ag to a residential zoning. We didn't identify at that time that, kind of as Valerie's talked about, your guys' code currently doesn't allow a secondary kitchen in the same house. And so as we kind of work through the process of trying to figure out how to create an opportunity to have that in a house or whatever it may be, these houses will be of rather large size. And so the idea is that there may be an instance where maybe it needs to have a mother-in-law quarters or an area where they can have a senior housing for their family to come back and live later on for the kind of the end of life care or that later court care. As we went through the process, this determined to be likely the best and easiest solution. And so to create the controls to not allow it to become multifamily as the zoning would allow, we've created CC&Rs that very specifically illustrate that every one of the lots will be single family, single structure forever that'll have one residential facility on it. Potentially a secondary elderly family or whoever it might be in there, but it's not intended to be multifamily in any fashion. Additionally, to support that request through the process, we had to go down through DNR and get our sewer system design approved. With that, it lists very specifically, it's 50 single family lots for the systems that we had. Any changes to any of those items would then cause us to be back in front of you guys to have more processes to try to identify what changes could or might need to be made. But also through the process, we've identified that water district and the fire department, we have low fire flows, low water pressure, and so again, there's just no availability to develop this in any other fashion than single family. So what we've done is we've worked through all the agencies, in our opinion, and we believe we've got approvals from South Metro, we have approvals from the water district, we have approvals from the state for the septic systems, again, for the development that we think is gonna end up being something of a benefit to the area. The CC&Rs, if you look through them, start to identify some very specifics on the homes that are likely to cause all the home values to probably $1 million+ homes, more of an estate type living, the opportunity for someone to have, 3 acres, that's something they can manage, have an outbuilding, something to play with and have in that facility. So that's kind of why we're back in front of you today, is just to kind of clear up an issue that we identified as we were going through the process that we know some of the residences we've built in here will want to have. So.
Any questions for Matt? I read through the CCs and it, strictly says no duplexes, no triplexes. I can't imagine it would be cost effective anyway for the price of the lots that could be out there doing it, so.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that we talked about at the planning commission meeting as well, is that once the development starts to go, not only do we have any residents that would be super upset with that or fight it, the individual residents that are gonna be buying in here and building their dream homes on these facilities would absolutely not allow it, because it'll be something that they're gonna want a similar character and design in that area. So.
Yeah, had several people call, and I think once I explained it to the ones I talked to, I think they were good with it. So,
Yeah.
any other questions?
These are $1 million homes, right?
Yeah, so the idea is each of the homes are
Same lots.
intended to be about 100 feet wide,
Right.
side entry garages, so it's gonna start to elongate it, which is also gonna start to increase the square footages of them. Troy has minimum square footages in there, but he also has the character of material and quality of what the home's gonna be, which is again gonna start to price it up. So by the time you add the price of the lot, the development of a brand new area with the home, I think everything's gonna be probably $1.5 million plus as you start to go up. And as you see out there, it is likely that there's a number of people in that area, just looking in that general mile or two area, there's a number of people that have built some very, very nice houses out there that we kind of think will continue through this development.
Might add too, you got a new road right there in front of your.
We do, we
Yeah,
did, we
yeah, that's gonna
appreciate
be a
it.
good
Yes,
selling
that-
point,
that
right?
definitely- that makes- Yes, that's definitely a nice look to the beginning of it, so definitely, absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Any questions for Matt? Thank you, Matt.
I think-
So at this time, we will open the public comment portion of application 3049. If anyone would like to speak for or against it, please stand up and state your name.
I'd just like to pose a question. Make sure that the wastewater treatment design is sized for whatever the intent of the application is.
Valerie?
The planning board voted on this with 4 in favor, 1 no, and then 1 absent. There was several people that showed up, discussed a lot of the items that Matt just addressed. And they're requesting approval.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak for or against? We'll close the public comment portion of zoning application 3049. Any other questions, John? All in favor of application 3049? 3 votes for, 0 against, application is approved. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Troy.
Thank you, congrats.
For the record, in the official record, we're gonna, what?
I was being smart.
For the record, we're gonna enter the county clerk's office training certificates for Kathy Lamberts, Jennifer Dillon, Jeff Fletcher last week attended training for their office. Do you have anything you'd like to comment on that training, Jeff?
Can you tell any difference in
I can.
At this time, we're gonna open the podium for public comment on anything. If you'd like to step forward, it's a 5-minute limit. Please take a comment, state your name.
Dallas Register, rural Harrisonville. After the work session, I would like to make a suggestion regarding the county health department that the county commission consider establishing a safety department or safety function within the county. I believe that if that were the case, it might be reflected in reduced insurance premiums. I think it might be a sales point, for the next negotiation for the county insurance premiums. And the commission might consider putting that safety department in under the health department. Also, the emergency management might also be incorporated, so you have a single point of contact in the case that you have a safety or emergency or a health issue. You wouldn't have to go to 3 different people and to try to bring that together. Anyway, also, I would like to have my comments made at the work session entered into the minutes of the meeting.
Thank you, Dallas.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Anyone else that'd like to speak at public comment at this time, please step forward, state your name and address. Elroy, how are you?
Elroy Kanoki. I've got a couple of questions. One is Blinker Light Road. Where's it at? Is it,
South of town out here, they're actually out there working on it today. They'll start shipping it, I think, Monday.
are they gonna do it?
Yeah, Monday.
Okay. Another one was the sheriff department. Is there anybody here from the sheriff? They had a jailbreak a while back. I think I read something in the paper where they were gonna have an investigation. We'd find out what happened. Has there ever been anything?
So the sheriff is an elected official like everyone else. That would be a question I would direct you to.
And they
ask
don't
him.
show up here.
No, but you can call him, he'll answer.
I
Or
think
he'll
it
call you
should,
back.
but the thing of it is, it was in the paper. So shouldn't it be publicly put out to the people that happened, what happened? But I haven't seen anything, so. One other thing. I think last time you guys had a meeting, there was a bunch of money for the health department. I don't know if anybody's here from the health department. But at some point in time, I don't know if this money comes out of the sky or where it comes. Is it some of that federal money that they get from COVID deal? But anyhow, eventually that's going to run out. And who is going to pay for it? I mean, don't be taking it out of the road fund for the health department, or roads have been tapped for too much stuff. They need extra money. But the health department, I take care of my own health. People need to, I know my wife has mentioned this before, people need to start being responsible for themselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Elroy. Anyone else like to speak? This time we're gonna close the
I
podium. or-
will say a couple words. I want to thank you guys for having the work session and for letting us say what we said. And I appreciate you postponing it until you have time to really think about what we said. And hopefully we can come up with some solution that fits, but I do not believe tying ourselves to Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri, if they're not the same two people. But anyway, tying ourselves to them is going to be of any benefit to Cass County. It'll just be a detriment, and we'll be nursing them along until they break all of us. So thank you very much for you guys voting on this, delay this.
Thank you, Jim. Any other questions or any other statements? Okay, at this time, we're going to close the public comment portion of our meeting. I'm going to make a motion that we go into executive session under RSMO 610.021.1 legal. Jeff, I'll need a roll call for that, please.
Bob Houston,
Yes?
Monty Kisner,
Yes.
Brian Johnson.
Yes.
We will come out of the executive session just to adjourn this meeting.
Make the motion.
I'll make it. I'll second it. So we will come out of the executive meeting just to adjourn the regular meeting.
And then, you know, never did.
Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Valerie. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
I want to a couple of